How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, of course, we're looking at one here from Hobby Master. It is the Su-30 Flanker. It is the Su-30Mkk, as you can see right there. This is an aircraft from the 54th Air Brigade, known as the Thunderbolt Squadron, and I do believe they operate out of a Changsha Air Base. Now, previously known as the 54th Air Regiment, they have seen a number of combat operations. Many have been against the Republic of China aircraft, most notably during the late 50s, during the Taiwan Strait crisis, of course, where they would actually shoot down a number of ROCAF aircraft. They would begin operating the Russian Su-30Mkk in 2002, and still continue to do so, although I do believe they may be transitioning to their own homegrown Chengdu J-20. So, yeah, all right, well, it's in the usual big old box, so let's see if we can get this one open quickly. And that is the box you're going to get, of course. Well, foam box that's inside the cardboard box. Now, these are beautifully held on by these little things, so you don't have to cut any tape off, which is always awesome. There is the, well, the big old stand that's held on by the tape, of course. That's a big chunky stand, which is this one right here. It's got a metal shaft, of course, with the plastic base. All the aircraft are quite big, so it needs a big base. Now, let's stop talking about the bloody base. Who cares? You all want to see what's inside the foam box. Oh, yes. Man, that looks really cool. Okay, so you do have a big packet that does have all the ordnance that these do carry. They do get kitted out with a lot. Jeez. All right, we'll have fun putting those on. You do get another baggie that does have your gear down options, of course. That's always handy. They do feel pretty heavy, so I'm assuming they are metal. So you've got the air brake for open position. And a little baggie that does have the in-flight options, the closed air brake. And some crew members as well, which is pretty cool. And lastly, we have the option for the open canopy, which is always a nice thing. All right, now to get our hands on this, where's the best spot to grab it? You've got to be careful of little antennas and tiny little bits that do stick out. All right. Yes. Let's get this out of the way and have a real good look at this model before we do any assembly. We'll zoom right in to check out some of these nice details. So you can see the Chinese markings there. The panel lines, as I've mentioned, some people aren't always happy with the depth of the panel lines on some of Hobby Master's aircraft. They can be quite prominent. Some beautiful detail in there. The gun area detail. Oh, that's some nice artwork on the nose there. Now the canopy should come off because we do have that open option, and it does. And wow, that's got some nice detail in there. Interesting shade. The colours that the Russians do use in the interior of their aircraft is always quite bright. And obviously on this particular Chinese aircraft, this does look awesome. It's got some really nice detail. The canopy itself is nice and clear. It does have a little bit of a line through it. I've had some people say they used to polish that out, but they no longer do that. It does have the in-flight refueling option there, but it doesn't remove. Unlike other, I think we did a review on the Panzerkampf one, and that one does come out. But for me, the moving parts options and all that kind of thing doesn't really matter too much to me because I have my models static, so I don't play with everything. Underneath, the details are really nice. All our slots for the ordnance, of course. There is, it's hard to see inside the intakes there, but there is a slight bit of turbofan detail deep down in there. But yeah. All right, what we'll do is we'll quickly set this up for in-flight, of course, and we'll come back and check this out all kitted out for in-flight. All right, back in a second. All right, here we have it set up for in-flight. Reasonably straightforward, but there was a little bit of issue with some of the ordnance, particularly the rocket pods here, trying to put pressure on because you've got the two pods, you're scared you're going to break it off the pylon, trying to put pressure because the paint seems to be a little bit thick in the slots. The smaller ordnance didn't quite go all the way home, but you can see the gap in there. It's quite big on that one. But Most of the ordnance did fit without any drama. They fit flush and nicely. It's just mainly on mine. Those pods, they're quite difficult to sort of push into place, and they are sort of raised up a little bit, as you can see, not quite flush like the other ones. It is it's just one of those things. So it needs to be sort of played with a little bit and sanded back a little bit to get it to fit a bit more flush. But as I say, I like to do these straight out of the packet, so you know what you're getting. Normally they go together pretty good, but yeah, no dramas. And the same with the gear, the landing gear options, the gear bay doors, as normal with these particular models. The pilot figures, they went in really nicely, not because they're smaller Chinese pilots, but they just slipped in there beautifully. The canopy's got plenty of, when you pull it off, you've got plenty of room inside that cockpit, and that canopy's nice and big, so that is awesome. And then you put the closed air brake in, and that is your beautiful Chinese Sukhoi Su-30Mkk in flight. Yep, awesome. Looks pretty cool. And of course, you do need to put on the stand. That is your stand slot. I reckon it might clear, so sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Let's have a little look. That is... Well, I'm trying to angle it in so it doesn't hit the ordnance. It's not... You might be able to get away with it. It actually doesn't want to go in. That is quite difficult to push in. Mainly because I'm trying to avoid... Well, you can... Yep, seems to keep that ordnance on. I'm really trying to avoid damaging those missiles, just in case they weren't going to fit, like if that stand shaft wasn't going to fit in between them, but it seems to do that. So that is your beautiful Hobbymaster Sukhoi set up in flight on the stand. Yep, pretty darn cool. So yeah, for you in flight, guys, that is job done. What we'll do is we'll throw some landing gear on this, of course, and we'll come right back. All right, so that's set up for gear down. I just wanted to quickly show you, that's your pilots. It'll focus. They're in their blue flight suits. Now, have a little look at that interior, the colour. That looks absolutely insane. I know we briefly looked at it before, but there is a lot of detail in there. It looks friggin' awesome. And of course, you do put your raised air brake on, of course. And boy, the closed air brake was an absolute bitch to get out. And then you just whack on your, open canopy, and that is all set up. Looks absolutely sweet. Very, very nice. Now, underneath, you do have all your options. You do have your gear bay doors. There's two on each side, like normal, and then the main wheels go straight in. They are metal, so you can put a fair bit of pressure on those. You do have your little block-off plug that you slip in there. And then your nose wheel there that you just, it's a complete module that you just drop straight in, and that is job done. Relatively easy, no issue with fitment or anything. Just you got to squeeze your sausage fingers in between your missiles if you leave them on, or just take the inboard missiles off to give yourself some thumb room. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, looks really cool. I suppose we'll, how about we whack it on the scales? Let's bring those in. Oh, low. Okay, I guess the battery's starting to get a bit low. Well, okay, guess the battery is dead. Let's try that again. All right, yeah, I think I'll have to change the batteries in scales before the next video. All right, we've got 479 grams before the battery runs out, which is not too bad a weight for, this is a pretty decent size aircraft, of course. All right, well, that's a wrap. We'll wind the video up. Photos at the end. Some of those my way if you enjoyed what you saw today or found the video helpful. Comments down below, as per usual, if you've got something to say. And don't forget to punch the crap out of that subscribe button if you're watching and haven't done so. All right, everyone, thank you, of course, the viewer watching, and hopefully you did enjoy what hit your eyeballs today, because I certainly didn't mind this beautiful offering from Hobbymaster. The only little quirk I found was just, a little bit of a fitment issue with some of the ordnance, but that can be easily rectified with a little bit of sandpaper. All right, everyone, happy hunting for your next model, of course, and you all have an awesome sauce rest of your day. Cheers.